It was still only early, but this is where my day started to turn bad. I knew booking the return flight that I was going to be on a tight schedule to pick up the Mirage from In-House Fabrication and then get it down to Yates Auto Electrical on the Gold Coast, all before catching a return flight by 2 p.m. We were off from Newcastle to Brisbane. It was just one of those days where everything that could go wrong did. But as I said, it makes for a great story. Hey guys, kind of a bit like the amazing race today. I'm up in Brisbane, flew up this morning from Newcastle and now rushing to go to In-House Fabrication. We're going to do a bit of a check over of the car and have a look and see all of Stephen's handiwork. And then from there, I've got to take the car down to the Gold Coast to Yates Auto Electrical, who are going to be doing all the motorsport harness for us, setting up all the sensors, ECU, PDM. There's a whole heap of work there that needs to be done. So I have a very small time frame, so it's now 8:15. This morning I left, I flew out of Newcastle at 6 a.m. and my flight back is at 1:55, so really I need to be back at the airport at least by 1. So there's a bit of travelling to do and a bit of mucking around. Hopefully I don't miss my flight because I'll be stuck in Brisbane for the night. Fingers crossed we get it all done and the traffic doesn't stop us, and I take the right exits on all the freeways. Hopefully we get it done in the right amount of time and I'm back at the airport and don't miss my flight. So yeah, we'll see. We are currently 5 minutes out from In-House Fabrication. Basically, I'm just going to get there, have a quick run through with the car with Stephen so he can show us what he's done. Some things that we need to probably sort out and fix up once it gets back to Sydney. I am definitely running out of time and I don't know what the chances are of me getting to the airport on time are. It's currently 8:52 a.m. so I'm definitely going to be pumping it for time. We'll see. I've still got to get down to the Goldie and then back to Brisbane. It's the last weekend of the school holidays up here, I believe, so yeah, we'll see what happens. So finally made it to In-House Fabrication to meet up with Stephen. Stephen's just shown me through the engine bay of the Mirage and I'm just blown away. Not only by his workmanship, but by how well he's packaged all of the GCG gear into the engine bay, which is just, it's not easy. Remembering that this is a Mitsubishi Mirage with a V6 engine in it. What he's done here is just, it's just the fabrication is awesome, and I couldn't be more grateful for the amount of workmanship that's gone into this. I'll show some video of it, so don't worry. Just everything that's been packaged in there is just awesome, so I really appreciate it, mate.
No drama.
What's it been in, like 4 weeks or so, I think?
4 weeks, yeah.
4 weeks. Yeah, so it's a bit of a short stop today because I'm picking the car up from north of Brisbane, taking it straight down to the Goldie, pending traffic and getting back to the airport.
You should be all right before 10 o'clock.
I'm hoping. So, yeah, tell us a bit about it, mate. What do you think was the biggest challenge? Except all of it.
Fitting the turbo, really. Or the intercooler. The intercooler was quite a challenge. But apart from that, it was all pretty easy. It's as hard as any other car. There's no real challenges. It's just making it all fit in a tight spot, really.
Just looking at, the welding on the dump pipe and the way it's merged together and the wastegate as well, like it looks really good.
Yeah.
How long have you been welding for?
Well, I've owned In-House for 11 years.
Yep.
So probably 15 years now.
Yeah, right. So you've been in the trade for 15?
Yep.
Yeah, cool. This is probably something that you don't see all the time. You're
No.
in your four-wheel drives and pretty popular.
Yes.
I have seen a lot of that lately. Pretty good following there. Are you interested in doing more of this
Yes.
sort of stuff?
Yeah, I want to break out into it and And like I've done a podcast with another guy before, and same thing. I just want to get into this sort of stuff.
Yeah, 100%.
This is my passion. 4-wheel drives are fun, and obviously the work's there, but
yep,
this is what I love doing. So.
And it's, you know, building something from the ground up too, you know,
yes.
like this, we bought this to you with a dummy engine, nothing on it, and it's just, you know, the way it's come together, seeing that sort of come, you know, I guess those last few steps would be pretty rewarding.
Yeah.
Like, you know, packaging it up. And,
correct.
Yep.
Or even just, honestly, it's as simple as doing a weld and you put a piece of pipe in and the 2 V-bands click together.
Yep.
You just know it's right, and that's also just as rewarding as finishing the whole car.
So it's good because you are coming down to World Time Attack this year again. Yep, awesome. Yes. So it'll be good to have you down there, mate. It's going to be an awesome event. I think we're 8 weeks out or 7 weeks out, I think now.
Yeah.
So time's definitely ticking, and when I think about the amount of work, but we're trying to get, you know, as many things done in different places and then bringing it all together once it gets back to Sydney. So, you know, hopefully in about 2 weekends' time, it'll be back down in Sydney, and then Revolution will put it all back together, and then it'll be a matter of sorting out the aero, sending it for tuning, and setting the suspension and that up. So. Still a bit to go.
Couple of sleepless nights.
Yes, a lot. So there'll be a lot of travelling to and from Sydney from Mudgee. So, but it's part of it, and I've got a pretty understanding wife, which is a good thing too. So she's at work while I'm off playing, and
she's paying for this.
Yeah. Yep. So no, look, mate, I really appreciate it. It just looks fantastic. Like, I just can't get over how good it looks. Thanks again, mate.
No dramas. Thank
Wonderful.
you.
Cheers. Hopefully we were recording.
Yeah.
That's the worst part. It's cool. Once it gets down to the ditch a little bit, come towards you a little bit, but yeah, you're right, straight on there, yep. The ramp fell off. Bugger. What? You right? You right? Oh. Yep, you're right, straight, perfect, brilliant. Righto, we're all loaded up, leaving In-House Fabrication, heading to the Goldie. It looks like we're an hour and 16 minutes away. Damn, we're not going to get there till 10:54. Then we're going to make it back to Brisbane for my flight. So I need to really be back in Brisbane by 1 p.m. At the latest. It's currently 9:40. That means I am going to land there at the Goldie at 10:54. So fingers crossed, it's a unload, and then I've got to get out of there. So actually I've got to drop the trailer off to Eagle Farm on the way through. So there is lots happening. I don't know if I'm going to make it. I might not at this stage. So yeah, we'll see what the traffic gives me, and we'll go from there. Well, bit of an update, 11:08 on the clock, and we're still 20 minutes away from Yates Auto Electrical. It's definitely not where I wanted to be at this time, so a bit frustrating, basically because of the terrible traffic. The maps have taken me multiple different ways, and yeah, just it is what it is. We're not looking good to make the flight for 1:55, and as you know, domestic flights, you need to be there an hour before, so it's not looking good at this stage, because we still need to get the car dropped off and then get the trailer dropped off back in Brisbane, and then the hire car back as well. So at this stage, not looking good, but yeah, I'll keep you updated. Might as well update. It's not looking good about getting back to the airport on time. So it's currently 12:52. My phone's about to run out of battery, so I can't use my maps to get me around, which is a bit of a shame. So I'll check back shortly. Hey guys, well, things didn't go to plan. Today has been a huge day, so I ended up flying from Newcastle, as you know, flew to Brisbane, picked up the car from Narangba, which is north of Brisbane, drove the car down to the Gold Coast, and then drove back to Brisbane to catch my flight back out to Newcastle. Unfortunately, didn't end up making the flight. Landed at the airport probably about 25 minutes before the flight was due to take off. And unfortunately, they wouldn't let me get my boarding pass and let me get onto the flight. There's a few things going on at Newcastle Airport, Brisbane Airport at the moment. And, unfortunately, it just didn't work out. So I'm going to fly back in the morning. Well, I was going to spend the night with my young bloke who is there with his grandmother at the moment, and we're going to go out and do a few things when I got back. But yeah, it didn't work out. I guess it's the way it goes with race cars, and race cars consume a lot of your time, and we're definitely putting in maximum effort to make sure that we get to World Time Attack and that the car is all in one piece. So I dropped it off to Reece today, and it had a few niggly things. The car rolled it off the trailer and it didn't want to roll, and so we've got to check wheel bearings and things like that because it's been sitting around for some time. And remembering that this is a grassroots build, so unfortunately I don't have extremely deep pockets. And what I do want to say is that picking the car up today and seeing the labour and the effort that has gone into that car by In-House Fabrication, I cannot express how grateful I am that these amazing businesses who, need to stay operational and have have income coming in, have decided to sponsor the build and sponsor, a Mitsubishi Mirage that wants to enter World Time Attack. And, it's not just me, it's the car, and I get that, but those guys seeing the potential in me and the potential in the car and what we can all do together. I'm noticing that it's starting to open up doors, and, there's potential there for, product development and people, questioning, hey, do you have this part to make this conversion easier for my car? And they're the things that, we can put that into a race car, beat it really hard and see if it works, and then potentially do it as a product that is then able to go out to consumers, and that's where In-House or Yates or any of the other guys that have come on board can really take full advantage of and use that car as a bit of a testing ground. But yeah, as I said, like when I opened the bonnet, or when Stephen opened the bonnet today on the Mirage, it just blew me away at the level of workmanship that had gone into it. And some of the stuff there that you just see on really high-end builds, and that's been packaged together on our little Mitsubishi Mirage. So I'm really thankful, and yeah, I can't express it any more than what I'm saying here. So it's going to be an early night. I'm going to go and get some dinner, then I'm fly out to Newcastle tomorrow morning. Hopefully not miss this flight, because I definitely don't want to miss another flight. It's been an expensive day, that's for sure, and I'm wrecked. I'm pretty tired. It's definitely a learning curve for all of us, and you know what? It's fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm learning. The guys are learning as well, and it's going to be a fun little package, and a car that I really hope that we can bring it there and it performs. I don't expect it to win. It's not that car, but I really want it to perform, and I want it to live up to the expectation and the effort that these guys have put into it. So there's people in Sydney working on the engine at the moment. There's Reece is now working on all the electrical system, and we've just had Stephen doing all the fabrication. Cool. All right. So it's going to be heaps of fun.
Can't wait to see it, man.
Yeah. Yep. Something different.
Yeah.
Yep. So, no, that's awesome. Yeah. Thanks. Hey guys. 1 second. Yeah, today's another go. Next time, though, our next episode, we will be chatting with Reece from Yates Auto Electrical. He's going to give us a back to front rundown on what he does and the sensor package that he's putting into the car, and how we're going to set everything up. So we're still learning as we're going. We're not saying we know exactly the direction and exactly what we're doing at the moment. We're even last night, within the last 24 hours, we were deliberating as a team, how we run the ventilation
system for the dry sump, knowing that it runs a negative crankcase pressure, and there's some things there that we need to work on as well. So